First story for today we're going to deal with is Benni McCarthy. Benni McCarthy's agent, Rob Moore, was asked about him having any contact with Kaizer Chiefs. We all know that at this current moment, Kaizer Chiefs is in an interim stage with their coaching, their head coaching job, and that at the end of this, they're going to have to go out, or they're currently looking for a coach that can step into that role. A lot of people have been mentioned, your Pitsos, your Manobas. There've been two coaches from Brazil, one from Spain, and now of course, you have to get around to Benni McCarthy, a man who's stationed at Manchester United, and apparently his contract ends this season. Now, what Rob Moore, Benni McCarthy's agent, said was that Chiefs is just not ready for a coach like Benni. Chiefs is just not ready for a coach, in his words, that is his own man, that wants to do his own thing, that wants minimal interference from the executive guys. And that he doesn't think that Chiefs would be ready for a guy with Benni's personality and Benni's wants and needs, right? And Benni McCarthy himself, he knows the South African game, won a cup with Cape Town City, came back and finished second with AmaZulu in order to qualify them for the Champions League, then butt heads with Ubab Zungu on how to take the club forward and what to do. You know, how do we get better? Can we get better? Are you willing to give me the things that I need to take this club to the next level? Ended up falling out with the owner and was in the wilderness for a little bit before being taken up by Manchester United in a truly incredible move. Benni McCarthy has all of the plaudits. He's a Champions League winner. You know, he was a top goal scorer, second top goal scorer up there in England. We know what he's done for Bafana. We know how well respected he is around the world. So bringing him in, I don't think would be such a bad thing. I've been vocal as to wanting somebody like Benni, right, within that dressing room. Because for me, part of the problem with the people who are coming into Kaizer Chiefs is that they are small personalities, they have small CVs, and they tend to assimilate and do what management says and do what the players want and do what the fans want and end up getting shot in the foot because they're trying to keep so many different people happy, whereas Benni McCarthy has shown that he's got a track record of fighting and saying that, "Ay, mara guys, ngathi le nto eniyenzayo is not correct here," right? So this conversation is very good, and I'm glad that somebody has said the quiet part out loud. Maybe when it's a professional, it's an agent, it's somebody who's with Abo Penny who says it, you guys will listen. We have long understood that one of the big problems that's going to happen with Chiefs' pursuit of a coach is going to be the fact that they still use an old model. You come in, we tell you what to do, you deal with the scraps, you go and win us something, we get rid of you after 2 years. There's very little rocking of the boat that happens when these coaches are with us, right? But now we're in an age, and I think we're at a time where Kaizer Chiefs needs, the need at Kaizer Chiefs is for somebody with a big personality, a big plan to pull the club out of where it is right now. It's not going to happen internally. It's not going to happen internally. So the worry that whoever walks into Kaizer Chiefs is going to walk in and not have control and not have power and not have the sway in the background and not be able to fight with them Taungs, to know that that is the type of coaches that they're looking for. People who are going to be yes men. People are going to come in and toe the line and continue exactly how things have been going. That is the issue, and I'm glad that agent Yaga Benni McCarthy, Rob Moore, has come out and said that out loud and said that that is the issue here. Guys, we all know what we need. We all know what we need. For me, I've always said these are the things I look for when I look for a coach at Kaizer Chiefs. I need somebody who's got their own, who's self-motivated, who's starting off by themselves, who've got that thing internally, who want to win. Because if you come in and you're going to take your marching orders from the club is not serious about winning like that. Let's be honest. And some of the people have been there for so long that you question whether there's going to be new ideas that are brought to the table at this time that the club is sitting at. So you need somebody who's going to be self-motivated. Who better than Benni McCarthy? Who better than the man who looked at Ubab Zungu and said, Marabab Zungu, are you serious or not about us making this club better? That energy would be incredible at Kaizer Chiefs. You need somebody who's got who's got their own accolades. You need somebody who's bigger than the dressing room. Somebody who may even be bigger than Kaizer Chiefs in a way. Does Benni not fit this criteria? Champions League winner, a top goal scorer of Bafana right now, a guy who's gone all over the world, who's won trophies, who's won a trophy elsewhere, who's taken an unfancied club somewhere. Do you think that those players would be able to hold the power over Benni that they hold over other people? And it's not just Benni. I'm just giving you an archetype. Pitso fits this archetype. Pitso does well in this regard. I think you need somebody, again, who's not afraid to get on management's toes, to step on them, to say that this is what we need in order to go forward. He fits the mold there too. He's got a little bit of experience now, so we can also look at him and say that, hey man, but what I'm taking away from this conversation is, at the end of the day, if your agent can come and say, look, they have not contacted us, but even if they were to contact us, I don't think this club is ready for Benni McCarthy. That signals that there's something bigger at Kaizer Chiefs, and I would love when we have these conversations in and amongst our friends, on the internet, wherever we have these conversations, remember that I don't think a coach will fix this. And the coach that comes in would not have the power to be able to fix. And maybe this is a South African problem. Maybe this is a South African problem. Maybe the problem lies with our teams and how they view ownership, how they view running of the club, how they view coaches, and what needs to be done, and whether they're serious enough. We spoke 2 days ago about Sundowns being a serious team. A serious team brings in everybody that needs to be brought in and be proper. I am saying that for me, that is the issue. That is the issue with Kaizer Chiefs. Now, and maybe with South African football, that we speak a big game. Our clubs speak a big game. Our clubs tell us that they want to do all of these big things. Our clubs come out with very good English and put out statements and give us quotes and all of that. But what happens at the end of the day when we need them to be there, to actually put their words, their money, their resources behind these clubs?